Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So here's another beauty of SolidWorks, that is data management. Now before going further, I just wanted to imagine your internal work process that follow in your organization, like the day-to-day work that your designers, your other, each and every department that they follow, and even the communication between the different departments, what all they have go through in organization. I just want you to imagine that. Now you might be following some of the organization might be following an automated work-in process. Few of them might be following an semi-automated or manual process. Now imagine every organization is following an entire automation work-in process. So what are the things that we are going to get, that we will be seeing in the next slides. And before that, I just wanted to let you know, like the major challenges that any organization faces in the organization is like. So the agenda will be like the business challenges, the concept of PDM, the technical presentation, and at last the summary. So the major challenges in business that they follow is like design and documentation, getting too much of duplication. As we sit in our system, we open it, we get too much of duplication in one single PC. Now imagine that in a server, there will be too much of duplication. Your data, your designs, your information, your documents, everything will be listed out as a bunch. So we can't find it out. So how we are going to structure it? And if there is any non-secure insecurity in your organization, how we can avoid that, and we can help you secure your organization. Then too many correction of bill of material. As design changes day by day, so what happens is like even the bill of material keeps on changing. So how we are going to overcome that? And the next one is the continuous meeting to know the project status. It happens in every organization. Even we have difficulties in facing the meeting which our management does. When it comes to the review meeting, we just face a lot of stress. So how to overcome all those things, that we'll be seeing. The managing of different RFQs from different customers. So companies, they get different RFQs, like one is like a standard RFQ, and one is like a customized RFQ, and one more is like the repeated RFQs. So I'll give you a quick tip, like you can just split up your RFQs, like the RFQs that you're getting, just split it up as one is repeated RFQs, one is new RFQs, that is the customized one, which you're getting from existing customer and new customer. Once that is done, you can just split it to the design department and make them work according to that. So this reduces the time that they have go through that. Then it comes like wrong drawing sent to the shop floor. It happens like when a wrong drawing goes to the shop floor, everything goes for a toss. The manufacturers wrong drawing, so it becomes a scrap. So how we are going to overcome that? Then telephonic communication between different departments. It happens because miscommunication happens. So once the design passes to the next department, so what happens is like they get a wrong revision. So we have to communicate that, we hold on the design so that we can send you another one. It happens in every organization, right? How are we going to overcome that? Then at last, delay in approval due to manual process. So this is like if your manager goes abroad or to the customer place, and your design has to go through the next level, that is the approval level, and everything holds on for that second, hold on for that moment. So how we are going to overcome that? By not by manual approval, how we are going to convert it as electronical approval. So here I'm going to give a detail about the concept of PDM. So I've just I'm not going to explain it much about it, because everything I've structured in a image view so that you can have a clear imagination. So the first of all is like centralization of your information. Now imagine your organization that they follow the process. So what we help you in doing is like, we are going to take entire information, the intellectual property and documentation, we're going to centralize in one single vault like this. So your RFQs, designs, bill of material, proposal, and resource information, customer details, everything we're going to structure it, and we're going to place it in a vault so that everything is in a searchable format. So next comes that the security, that is the intellectual property, what your organization is having. We're going to tighten it up with the data security, with the secure access, so that only the authorized person can get into the server and take the information. so that your designs, your intellectual property are safe within you and nothing goes out of the company. And this one is like the library manner. Everyone would have visited a library. So if you have you're looking for a book, you go into the library, ask him like, I want this particular book. The librarian says that go to the D column, F row, you get this book. So that because they have structured it like that. So what we do is like we structure your information, taking from your design to RFQs and documents. Everything we structure it and we keep it in library format, so that the users are very easy to get an access and take out the right information for their daily usage. And this is Google architecture that Google follows, so that this is what we make use of it, right? Everyone is fond of using Google search engines. The reason is because everything is in fingertip. You get the information in second. So how has this been done? They follow some architecture like this so that you get the correct information at the correct time. So this similar way, what we do is like we structure your entire information and keep it in a vault, so that a typical Google architecture of search atmosphere is being set inside your organization, so that you get relevant files at relevant time. And next is paperless process. This is a stress in every organization. This still following this paperwork process. How to avoid that, we are going to show you in the next technical presentation, so that your work in process of paperwork can be entirely reduced. This is control engineering changes. So each time revision changes, chances when after going to the manufacturing, it again comes for new revision or engineering changes. So how that can be avoided, because that is pain to the organization. How are you going to reduce the pain? How are you going to eliminate the pain from your organization? For that, we follow a workflow atmosphere, so that every information goes in a workflow rather than going an email or manual process like giving approvals and then the files are transferred to the next department. A workflow takes care of all the information sharing. Then here comes the removing the gap. Like we sit with you and understand what the process that you follow, and we find out. So if you take in an organization, there are several departments. So starting from design, procure, build, sell and service, there are different departments. So each department follow a similar workflow. So how are we going to tighten it up, and we're going to streamline your entire process so that you get the profit out of it. So this is like a zero duplication. So every time we sit in front of the system and we are looking for repetitive projects. So we're getting a repetitive project from a particular company, so that we want to do, and we are going to search in a system and we're not going to get the file. So how we are going to avoid it? Because the duplication is entirely avoided. That is being controlled by this revision control, which will be showing in the technical presentation. And this is very informative. Like you can sit in front of the computer and have a analysis like what is the project status and where is the project lying down, who is working on which project. Everything is in front of your system, in front of your eyes. And this is the work process. Each organization has its own workflow. So every workflow, we just analyze it and we structure it and we give it to you, so that the work flows from the sales to design to manufacturing to the customer. The entire process is being automated. And now the data management, the brief overview I'm giving, that is, we're going to see the workflow, the RFQ management, revision control, search and reuse, replication of data, then automatic bill of material. If you have ERP, how we are going to integrate that ERP with your existing system and EPDM, and comparing of bill of material. You get, if you are having stress in handling your bill of material, we will tell you how we are going to structure it. And where am I is like to know the project status, where it is currently holding, or where it is in a wait state, or it's in a complete flow. Everything will be, you can have a go through on that in the pre-order itself. And at last, the backup, if you're having any pain in taking the backup of your files, how are you going to structure it? We will have an automatic backup information for this. So next I'll give the presentation to Mr. Vignesh. He is certified in SolidWorks. We have finished more than 14 certification in SolidWorks, implemented around 5 companies for this particular data management. So in case you have any doubts or challenges regarding your day-to-day work in process, you can have a clear discussion with him.
Thank you, Vikram. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Myself, Vignesh, representing EGS India. We are going to see what is data architecture and process automation using PDM. So this is my agenda. I'll quickly run through the slides. This is how your process will look like. You'll be having a server and all the client systems will be connected through it. This is the 3 mantras of enterprise PDM. If you see, can secure, organize and control all the engineering information inside your organization. Key features of it, will be having data protection. Each and every user will be having a username and password. Only authorized person can log in and touch their designs. Search and reuse of your files, and revision and version control will be having that. BOM and engineering change management, will be having process management. We will sit with you and structure all your internal process in the form of workflow. Then we'll be seeing about automatic notification, mobile integration. This is a new tool introduced in 2016, where if you are in a shop floor or if you are out of station, you can access all your files through mobile itself. Then we have ERP integration. So this is a PDM architecture. If you see, you will be having a database server and an RK server, and all your client machine will be like you'll be using a design, manufacturing, sales and costing. Other departments will be using your these client systems. So you'll be having web tool also, where your suppliers and vendors can also access your files. Then we will be seeing this user interface. This has Windows user interface. All your files will be inside this. So your user can easily log in and see their respective files. You can have a clear preview of each and every projects and files. You can see it in here. If you touch the design, you will be having a preview for it. Then the design data card will be having all the information regarding that files, or who created that file, when it has been created. All the information can be seen here. You can see the purchased or build. All this is entirely customizable based on your requirement. You can also see the status of the project in currently what status has been is. You can see it here. If you see a revision and version control, just by clicking the file, you can see the number of version as actually is. You can see it here itself. The number of version of respective files. Then bill of material management, all if you touch an assembly, all the parts inside it and all the revision, what is the state of each and every file, you will get all the information regarding that. If you see the file reference management, all the files regarding to that particular designs you will get in a bottom image such as contains. So all the related file will be available for preview, so that there won't be any mismatch in your designs. So these are the benefits for the design department. If you take, you can avoid zero duplication. And the folder structure is maintained for each and every project. Up-to-date information about the project, you can see each and every project, their status. Only latest revision is shared with the manufacturing, no wrong usage of your drawings. Only latest BOM shared with your purchase. You can also maintain reference between all your parts, assembly and drawings, and also your analysis results. If you take a deep look at your data structuring and security, you can see this is how your folder structuring will be. Once a project has been approved, you will be getting all the folders automatically. So inside that the subfolders will be there. This structure is automatically created once a project has been approved. So like this, the folder structure will be. If an engineering team logs in, they can only see their respective files. Or if a manufacturing person logs in, they can only view the PDFs. So they cannot touch other files. So this is how your username and password will be available for each and every user. They have to log in, and you can provide all the rules and permission for the users. So it's also support ISO 27000 gap analysis. You will be having data access and control, engineering data management, data storage and backup, workflow control and management, and hardware compatibility. If you see search and reuse, it's like Google architecture. Just by typing the known information, you will be having all the information about regarding the files. So you'll be having a preview for that. It has 120 plus search varieties. If you see the productivity tools, you'll be having data replication. If you are having multi-location, you can easily transfer files from one location to another. You can also schedule that if you are having multi-location. The next is mobile integration. You'll be having an app, you can download that. You can view the files in your mobile system itself, and you can also exchange it. The main advantages, you'll be having, you can view the file information, browse folders, search, approve, everything you can do in mobile itself. This is the main backbone of enterprise PDM. We will sit with you and structure this process, streamline your process, maintain the regular flow inside the organization so that right people get the right file at the right time. So you can also perform automatic tasks like automatic printing your PDFs, converting that to your PDF and design checker, all things can be done. And once the state has been moved from one location to another, automatic notification will be sent to the stockholders. That can also be done. So this is how the notification will be available. And you can see the notification files here and the history of the files, who has created the file from the date to the revision of it. So who has been created, what are the changes have been made to the file, everything can be viewed using this history. So consider these processes has been implemented in your organization. I will run through the slides. First of all, you will see RFQ. Once you get an RFQ, the sales engineer will be doing this, they will doing that, and automatically a data card will be updated. You will be having an inquiry number. This will be taken from your ERP system, the client name, location, sales in charge, all these will be updated. This is entirely customizable according to your organization. We'll sit with you and structure this. Automatically a folder structure will be created based on your RFQ, a template based on the customer requirements and the process for that. So each and every process, starting from a new RFQ, how it has been transformed to the engineering team and how they are working with that. And once it has been approved by the customer, whether they are taking the project or not, we will sit with you and structure this workflow. The next is new order. Once it has been approved, then the engineering teams take the order and will start working for that. So this is also a card for that, which will be having all the information regarding that project. So the project code, inquiry, who is going to work that on project, the project manager, start date and end date of the project, all this information will be available here. You can see the folder structure for that engineering team. So this will be different from compared to the sales team. So this is a task generator. So each and every project can be structured in a form of Excel automatically. Once the work has been completed, here it will be updated. So you can easily structure all your files in this and you can check what is the status of each and every project. And this is a workflow for engineering team. If there is any change in your design, so you have to generate a new ECN. So for that, the data has been designed for that. You can easily type the type of change of it, change effects, and what will be the issue statement regarding that, and the reason for that and the solution for that. All this can be updated and you can easily transfer that into form of Excel template. So all this information will be transformed to here. You can see this has been structured for that. Engineering change workflow, starting from the ECN started, and once it has been approved, how it has been structured. The next is cost management. If you see, costing will be available in your SolidWorks and you can integrate with this EPDM. So all the cost and the material cost, all the manufacturing costs has been integrated with your EPDM. So you can easily have a graph like this. You can have a raw material cost, scrap cost, manufacturing cost, other cost. You can have it as like a pie chart. So with each and every project you can construct this. And you can see what is the target cost and what is the achieved cost for each and every project. This is service management, CAPA, corrective action, preventive action. Once there is a service requirement, you can easily initiate that. So this is the workflow for that CAPA. So once it has been initiated and how it has been closed, we will structure that and the final report will be like this. So what is the status of that CAPA and what is the description for that and who has been applied for that, everything information will be available in this report. So finally you will be having a dashboard based on the performance analysis. This has been generated based on the number of RFQ versus number of orders. And this is versus salesperson as the number of RFQ. So based on the monthly report and yearly report, you can easily have a graph like this. So this overall summary is you will be getting all the customer and supplier data in this. Order details, email correspondence, be having presentations, spreadsheets and RFQs. You'll be having engineering design data in it, bill of materials, bill of quantities and costing data in it. You'll be having reports, testing reports, validation reports, and all the reports will be available there. Then you can do audits and all the management dashboards. So all this will be available in this PDM. If you have any queries, before that, these are the market presence for us.